Hello and welcome to my vlog. Today I'm going to be planting out the cauliflower that I grew. It's a bit leggy, but hopefully it'll come. The beetroot are starting to germinate, not all of them, so I'll fill in the spaces that haven't germinated with some extra beetroot kernels, I think they're called, or is it clusters, not sure. I'll put those in. I'll also prick out the tomatoes that I resowed back on the 24th of April, I think it was. They've grown really nice and healthily. I'm pleased with those. I'll also plant out the leggy tomatoes that I grew starting at 24th or 25th of March. It's either going to be a good year for tomatoes or a bad year for tomatoes. The idea I've got is once I've lifted the garlic, I'll be able to put in the new batch of tomatoes and get those all sorted. It'll hopefully all come to plan. I don't know, what do they say? Hope is not a winning strategy. Well, let's be hopeful that I've got the right strategy. And that's about it so far. So without further ado, I'll get on with it. Right, well, I've got these cauliflowers planted out so far. I've got two left to do. I've got a hole that I've put. I'll get these in. I'll plant them a bit deeper because they are a bit leggy. In the bottom I've put some bloodfish and bone. Just going to give them a water. Drain down before I put the next lot in. It's a lovely day, lovely cool breeze, but that wind is a little bit gusty. But we'll see how we go. Still not quite there yet. It's draining away. I watered this bed last night, so it should be alright. But just to soak down the feed, not to scorch the roots. Are a bit poor on this one. They were on them all. Just weak plants. Started them too soon. Right there. It's a lovely day for it. It's also a lovely day to be sitting in a beer garden with a nice cool pint of cider. Although should that be a cider garden? Who knows? And here's the thing. Cider's made from apples. Does that count as only 5 a day? Sounds like a good idea to me. So hopefully that breeze will toughen them up a bit. They'll thicken up and firm up. I've only ever grown cauliflower once before, and I wasn't very successful then. So I guess I think I'm more successful now. What I'll do is I'll show you the other brassicas in this bed. Just move it around. There's those two cabbages. They were all year round, I think. No, winter jewel, so they're still going. And behind here, that's the curled green kale. Lovely. I've already had a picking from those, and I'm going to be eating it tonight with the roast chicken dinner. So that's that from this bed. The brassica bed is now completely done for the season. I'll water this in, do that off camera, and then I'll have a look at the beetroot and onion bed. Well, here we are on the beetroot and the onion bed. This is the stew run onion bed. You can see I've got some germination coming through of the beetroot. I only put in one seed per, it's not a seed really, it's a cluster of seeds per station on the 9 per square foot grid. You can see some of them have come through and some of them haven't. So I've been going around, and you can see here I've just pricked out a couple of holes. So I'll go back around, give them another scattering of a seed per station, and then take it from there. So it's just gone 3 o'clock now, and you can see this part of the bed is quite shaded, and that's on the Sunday the 12th of May. See, the stew and onions are taking hold, looking quite nice. So what I'll do is I'll get these extra seeds sown, and then meet you back at the greenhouse, where we can have a look at some of the seedlings that I'm going to prick out. Well, here we are in the little greenhouse, and these look much healthier tomatoes. Very pleased with these. These were sown on the 25th of April. Much healthier, much stronger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prick these out now into, I think, the 7cm pots, and then we'll go move on with those, get them ready to be planted out a bit later in the season. The tiny Tim that I planted, I went a bit berserk with those ones, so there's loads of those. I'll prick those out another time. And the leeks are still coming along there. They're doing all right. But what I'll do next is I'll be a bit of a cheapskate and recycle some compost, and show you what I'm doing there. These are the failed bean. I think it was the Sutton, broad bean, the Sutton, that I tried to plant, and they failed to germinate. You can see why it's just rotted away there. So I've either overwatered, which is very likely, or the seed was just not viable anymore, and there wasn't enough energy left in it to do anything. So I'll just recycle these. Get rid of the damaged seed. Yeah, it's just got the mush. It's a shame. I'm not too bothered because I've got loads of broad beans from previous years there in the freezer. Don't know how long they'll last, but they've been there a good long time. So what I'll do is I'll mix this compost around, get it all ready. I don't need to sieve it because I'm going to put the tomato seedling into it. Yeah, completely had it. But the rest of the compost should be alright. So put those to one side. Give us a mix through. Give it a smattering of bloodfish and bone. That should do it. Oh, sorry for those loud clicks if you were listening on headphones or anything. Definitely not an ASMR video. Right, let's go for tomato Roma VF. So there's 5 there, 4. Okay, get the widget. See if I can get as many roots as possible. Oh, that's a much better root system. Look at that. Some mossy stuff for that. Right, a much stronger looking plant, much healthier looking as well. Now these were done in peat-based compost, and this is peat-based compost that I've had in the garden where I took out the space for the cauliflowers. So what I'll do is I'll not bore you to death with this. I'll carry on pricking these out and I'll come back to you when I'm done. So that's it, that's the Roma VF all pricked out. Some of them are planted deeper than others because I managed to get them without too much of the previous compost on. I'll carry on now. Oops, there you go. And do the rest of the ones, and I'll get back to you when that's all done. Well, there we go. That's the tomato seedlings that I sowed on the 25th of April. They're all coming along, apart from Tiny Tim. That's going to take us a bit longer. Not too sure how many of them I'm going to prick out. If I do prick them all out though, that means I'm going to have a good crop of tomatoes this year. What I've also got is some lobelia, which I've got over here, and I bought those from DT Brown, got them as plug plants, and they did really well. I'm quite pleased with those. I wasn't too sure if they'd come because I got them late, but no, they've done quite well. So get them a little bit bigger, I think, and then get those potted out, get them ready for a little display that I've got in the garden. Not too sure how many I'm going to put out. Probably 4 per 2 foot little trough that I've got, and see how many of those I get. Right, okay, so I'll end this part of the video here and meet you back in the glasshouse. Well, here we go. This is the tomatoes that were quite leggy, and the cucumbers that were doing quite well. These are tomato sun gold. I decided what I would do is I would plant up the leggy tomatoes that I've grown, see how they come, and with the seedlings that I've just been pricking out, I'm going to put those in the ground behind me when I lift out the garlic. Some of the garlic has failed, so I'll be able to put some tomatoes in there in the interim period. So I think it should be a good year for tomatoes this year, providing I don't kill them off. But what I'll do is I'll show you the state of the plants that I've got so far, because I'm quite pleased with the fruit that's coming on the cucumber, and we'll wait and see if we get anything on the other ones. So I'll just put you on pause and get you a bit closer. This is the cucumber called Cucumber Mini Munch, and you can see there's some fruit setting already. Quite unusual that first time I've seen this is I've got another cucumber growing there as well as the one there. You can see on this one below it's the same here as well. So this is new to me. The last time I grew this I only ever got one cucumber fruit, and then I got a side shoot and a leaf and I don't know what you call those things. So we'll see how that goes. And at the back, this is cucumber Beth Alpha, and there's something starting to grow there. I'm not quite sure what it is. If it's a fruit, I hope so. We'll have a look and see. Never grown two cucumbers in this close a space before. I think I always give them a bit more space. But that's basically, it's a 3-foot section that I've got there, 3 foot deep, and they're yeah, 2 per 3 foot. That's not bad. These tomatoes are sun gold, and they're already looking much healthier than they were when in the little greenhouse. I don't know if that's just because it's better light in the glass house, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. As I say, it's either going to be a good year for tomatoes or it's not. But I tidied up all the bed that had the tomatoes in before, and I've got it ready to plant them out. I broke the depth into 3-foot grids and just spaced them all out. Try to see if that came to a nice amount. And I was pleased. I was pleased with the way they've come. I'll have to do the same behind us on the other ones, but I'll save that for another time. But for now, I'll head back to plant the rest out. So I'll pause the well, I'll stop the video here and then come back to you when I've finished planting all these tomatoes out. Well, here we have it. This is the tomatoes all planted. All the leggy ones are in. Have to wait and see how things progress. This one, you'll notice, is a lot thicker and bigger and probably healthier than the ones I've been growing. I was given this by my uncle. He says it's called Big Mamas. Well, what can I say? He's a man of few words, but when he uses them well. So, I don't know if I'm kidding myself or if it's just the light, but they certainly do look happier. Not as yellow. Maybe it's a bit of a greeny yellow. I'm not sure how well this is coming out on the camera. It's Roma VF there. So is that one. That's 3 of them. This is the yellow perfection. And that's its mate. And the other one there as well. And we've got Gardener's Delight. I put 5 Gardener's Delight in. I figured, let's see how good they are. Never grown them before. So there we go. I've got 4 left of the leggy ones to plant, which are these ones here, which are the Super Mama. So we'll see how these come along. I'm going to put those in where 4 of the garlic didn't make it. I'll leave that for another video, and what I'll do is I'll switch around and do the closeout. Well, thank you for watching the video. Been a productive day. Losing light now. It's about 8:15, which I believe in some places is beer o'clock. Well, we'll see. As far as the stuff that's left to do, I've got to plant out 4 Super Mamas in the areas where I've lost some of the garlic. I've got to tidy the garlic up. The soil around them has gone full of algae. I'm not sure that's because I'm using water from water butts and not the tap, or if it's just because I've got quite a bit of peat in the compost bed around that area. But we'll see how it goes. So if you enjoyed what you've seen, please give it a like. If you'd like to see how things progress as the season goes on and see if I get any success with tomatoes this year, please consider subscribing. And if you want to leave any advice, any hints, any tips, or any scurrilous comments, please leave the message in the comments down below. Just to finish off and say thank you very much again for watching. Cheers. TTFN.